Hey guys, this is Elliot Wave Sage. I want to go ahead and do a quick market update. Like always, none of this is financial advice. Always do what's best for you. Just use this for education and information purposes only. I've been traveling a lot, so I'm off my normal schedule, but I should be back on my normal schedule that I upload in videos. I'll try to do a live stream tomorrow for everybody. So the market had a big sell-off on Friday on the jobs report. The jobs report showed that more jobs were added than expected. That means the Fed won't cut rates. I think unemployment still ticked higher, though. You have to remember that the jobs added is something that the intellectual, thought leaders on CNBC care about. But I think the headline unemployment rate is actually the political litmus test of the dual mandate, right? So the dual mandate doesn't say jobs added, it's the unemployment rate and the CPI. So those two numbers, those two figures are the most important. So it was really confusing for some traders because if the employment went up to 4, then what does that mean exactly, right? So what does that mean exactly? But if you listen to Paul's press conference, the whole thing, his last month update, he hinted at the dual mandate does come into play. And if you read between the lines, he would prioritize that over inflation. That's why the market rallied after that. Fed meeting, because it was dovish, right? Because he's given himself a way to lower rates even if CPI is still high, if the unemployment rate goes higher. So that's the key, right? That's important to think about. And I believe that it may be the way rates get lowered. Now, the inflation CPI comes out the same day of the Fed meeting this week. Huge report. Now everyone's pretty much super pessimistic when it comes to inflation coming down anytime soon. So we're priced extreme the other way. I almost think they took out all the rate cuts now for the year. I've heard some talk like that. The market's trying to price all that out. So the market is on the other extreme now. So if we get any good news on the CPI report in terms of inflation going down, dropping more than we expected, then the market will react violently the opposite direction, which would be higher. So it's set up for that. Now, the thing is, guys, technically the market still shows it's buy the dip mode, and you have to ignore the news because you can't trade the news. As you know, the news follows, right? And there's so many examples of that. So won't trade the news. I don't care about next week's news. It is interesting. So what do we have going on in the Dow Jones? So the Dow Jones, let's take a look at this big picture here, okay? Now, we call this a 1 here. Now, I call this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it's like, what is this? Is this 3 waves? Is it really an impulse? You got a little bit of divergence there. Here you have more. So you say, here's your 4 wave. So I would say I was being, more bullish that this is a 1, but you can't rule out that we're still in wave 2. So we got to keep an open mind about a lot of different options as we get bearish, because we really need to take this peak out here to confirm it. Now, we took out this peak, and what I was hoping more was more follow through. We didn't get it. We got this dump, and that concerns me a little bit. We did get a lot of good RSI reset. Let's see here. Let's go to the 15-minute here, right? You did see like your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you had a side. It looked like a sideways correction. We were about to moon again, right? So it didn't happen. So what I'm thinking is going on is this could still be corrective, or the better way to label this is some kind of 1, 2 out, and then you have like a 1, 2, and then you have some kind of 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, something like that. And now we correct this move. So the Dow is kind of fuzzy, but that's what I see. This low has to hold. Now, if this low doesn't hold, then you have to go back to this isn't a one, it's a three-wave move, and it's going to come back in some kind of flat correction down into this area here. That's a pretty big drop. That's a pretty big drop. So I actually don't think that's going to happen. I do think this is some kind of one and we're some kind of two, something like that. The SPY, I look at the SPY guys, and what I see here looks like another 5 waves up, or possibly wave 4 was done on Friday. We get something like that. The other possibility again is this is a flat and we come back down in 2 and just drop. So we'll have to wait and see. Triple Qs, same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, 3, 4. So we don't have enough data to really know from the indices where we're gonna head. Again, it could even be that, but I think it's this is the right way to label it. So I think this is the way I would label the charts for the market right now. And then this corrects, right? And then it pulls back, right? It could do something like that. So this is the most likely path. So the market, you know, it's not ready to really surge. At least I don't think it is. But we've always seen these extensions too. So we can't. That's why I would just hold. I'm just holding here, and not really looking to try to time the market and get in and out and short it here. But this is the count. And look, we broke the high, right? This high wasn't supposed to be broken in May, right? It was supposed to just keep going down, I think, but it broke. So the market's bullish still. IWM is very simple and an ABC correction, and it needs to get 199. So this is telling you too, the downside may be very limited here. And again, if I just change things a little bit, I probably could do this, right? And then get that 45 down more as the IWM comes down, and then just call that done here, and then we run. So that's why I wouldn't really worry too much about how to label this wave. It's obviously bullish. The market is bullish that wants to go higher. The Dow looks like it's in wave 2. The IWM clearly is still correcting. These look like they're about to, or they need one more high and down. The Hang Seng, you know, bigger picture, looks like it's in a 1, 2, 3, 4. We should get a 5th wave and then another pullback, so some sideways action. Again, this is the most likely path, but there's no guarantee this could happen. If we start going down from here, I would be worried it's a corrective move. Uh-oh, that would, because then we don't want to do that. That would be a lights out, man, for China. We need another high. I think you'll get another wave 5 out of this. Bitcoin made 5 up, right? And it's going to pull back in wave 2, like we saw the rest of the market, right? So people that don't do Elliott waves right now are freaking out because they don't know what's going on with the market. It's so choppy. We don't know. Get in and out. They hear so many scary things. But all we're doing is just correcting this move since the bottom at 57,000. So yeah, I mean, you got up 5 and it's got to come down in 2. I don't know. It may come down to 62,000, 64,000, but more than likely there's more downside in Bitcoin coming because of this 5 up now. Okay, Link coin again, scaring a lot of people. I would label Link as something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, or another 1, 2, 1, 2. So again, nothing to be worried about. Oil broke down just like we thought, and it needs its wave 3 moment. It haven't got it, so we don't know. We'll see what happens with oil, but traders are reluctant to sell it. But it's just it needs to come down. But remember, once we break 67, technically then oil can bottom at any moment as long as the RSI has been erased, and we'll check that. Silver took a massive dump. So silver, I think, is now playing out as a wave 4, not a 1, 2. So that's my change. But I still believe it will be supported. We'll go higher for another wave 3 around 35, 36. We pull back probably back to 29 again or 30. And then we go even higher to maybe 40 And then I think that's a major cycle peak for a while, right? Because you corrected this whole swing higher, right? And then it's going to be pretty much a bear market for a good bit. But it'll have, once we correct, that will be more than likely the time to take profit in silver is when this wave five, somewhere in this wave three plays out. But we'll we'll, we'll watch the dollar index for clues on when to leave the silver market. But I'm still long it, and I still think this dip will now double correct down to $28 and find buyers. Gold is the same thing in a wave four, looking for this 2240, 2220 area. Again, it needs a 5, another 4, and another 5. So now I don't want to sell these metals yet. Dollar index went higher. Again, we have 5 up. This is probably doing a flat correction. And then that should do it. And then I'm looking for more downside. Now, if we break this high, 106.6, then the conditions are very different in the market, and that would be our first bearish sign that something much more severe is coming in terms of not even a correction, it could be even a crash. We would need to get very defensive on certain instruments if the dollar index can get this high. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is it for it, 1055. But if it can get to this 1066 area, break this high, it would start getting me a little bit nervous. That'd be nervous because then you have 3, right? And then this would be some kind of 3-wave move or connector. It could even be a connector in like an A, B, C, but whatever it does, it creates a move higher. It will not. This probably won't happen. If that would change a lot. But right now, though, no worries for the bulls on the bull market. And then the 10 years, the same thing. It's just a bounce in this wave too. That should eventually stop. Could still be a flat into here, but I don't think so. And again, what would get me concerned is if we break 4661, this pivot, or more importantly 476. That would bother me. So for right now, as you can see, we'll see if these things play out next week. This is predicted the CPI is going to come in a lot worse in terms of deflationary than people expect. That's what this is saying, where the Federal Reserve is going to have an oh shit moment, right? That's the only thing I can see news-wise that could get people to play this chart out that I have shown with oil, with rates, and it's given what just happened with the jobs number is the CPI comes in a lot lower than people are expecting. That will do it. So, or something else like black swan in the world happens and it's risk off, where bonds get a bid because people are scared. They go into bonds when they're scared. I still have the VIX going sideways for quite a while now. Choppy. So, but eventually this will set in X, and then we'll actually get another leg lower at some point down into these areas. And I think there's a good chance it will go to single digits. Or close to it. But we watch this wedge closely, because you break out of this wedge and it's going to get pretty nasty. Pretty nasty out there, guys. So right now there's no conditions that tell me to go sell everything. So just the opposite. Let's go through some of the stocks I know you guys like to follow. So Apple, again, we're looking for this wave 2 pullback. It looks like this is all we got. So very bullish. Apple seems to be very bullish. Looks like this is 5 up. It may pull back again, but it looks like we're about to go into a wave 3 of some kind. Let's take a look how Amazon's doing. We have 4. We have a 1, 2. We're trying to finish this final impulse or erase divergence, right? Erase divergence. and then it moons a little bit. Let's go to Tesla. Hey guys, so Tesla, it's waiting for the voters meeting. I mean, the market makers have it boxed in. It's waiting for the vote. It's waiting for this voters meeting to vote on his pay package. And I don't know how the market's going to interpret the vote, but whatever it is, it's going to be a huge move, either down to 156 or up into the 200s. So it's a big move coming. And I always like to bet on the upside than the downside on something like this, but you got to do what's best for you. Don't be surprised for a dump to 156, and then it actually finds support and rallies hard. So maybe, so I don't know. I don't know how this is playing out, but that's just it's boxed in until this news event occurs. Adobe finally capitulated. I think we finally have an impulse off the low, which is our first real sign that potentially we have a bottom here with a truncation and Y. As you can see, the RSI reset right there. So it's just it double corrected with a truncated Y. So seeing that as a trader, as you know, looking at the market, I stayed in long, and I added positions here as well once that divergence erased. Software gave a lot of good opportunities, guys, on that sell-off with CRM, Salesforce. A lot of opportunity, and I'll go through some of them. Now, AMD, I more than likely 156 is come and gone, so that's come and gone. So we're still in B. We're in an impulse. It should be coming up to the 200 soon. If for some reason it wants to take a dump down to the 150, 140, I mean, if I can get it at 153, 54, that is a great opportunity for a trade to swing that trade up into the 200s. Nvidia, everyone wants Nvidia. You know, I just give you the chart of what I see, not what I hope wish it to be. It's stock split, so we're gonna have to redo these charts, but I have it done at 5. I mean, I guess I could keep extended 5, but the divergence has not erased. Maybe it needs one more high in 5. You know, so maybe not done yet. Maybe we're still in 5 of 5. But as you can see, we did not take that peak out here on the 4-hour. We did not take it out on the daily. So it is a wave 5 by my system. And we are still trading in a wave 5. So actually, looks like because we don't have RSI divergence here, we still have more upside. So still more upside in wave 5, but if we can't get any more momentum, it's at risk of reversal, and it should lose this entire impulse at some point. I think SMCI is in a buy area, guys. Now, it does look like 5 up to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings up, 3 down, no divergence. Looks like a good low as a trade. I'm not taking it, but it's out there again for its wave 5. It's wave 5 push, as you can see here, wave 5. And I did relabel some of it. That's what I label this as a 4, grand super cycle 4. And so we wanted to get this pull. So Magnite pulled back. I said, okay, we missed this move, or we stopped out here. It ran. Well, now the impulse is over. Okay, we're getting a pullback. So now you have an opportunity to go long in a better risk-reward entry, especially if it could come back down to $11. We'll see how low, but this is a better setup. I want it. It's better to see the 5th wave play out and then buy the pullback against it, because now you know the trend is higher. I do like buying this, especially down in this $11, $10 area. If it could get there, that's what I like. Trade desk, I've warned about what could be in this 5 of 5 moment. And trade desk with a pullback coming. So be careful if you're in it. I do see bearish divergence. So it could be it could be over at any second. So when I don't know when earnings happens. They already have earnings. Yeah, it looks like earnings is. So I don't know when's next earnings. August. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. But be careful in trade desk. MongoDB, I do believe, is a great opportunity for a long-term investor as long as we can hold 137. But this area in general, I mean, look at the RSI. Look how low it is on the daily, on the 4-hour. Now the week better be like it's a historic. Like it's never been that oversold, and since it's been a stock. And look, it's easy 5 waves up. I mean, this is a great Elliott wave, like look, right? Perfect Elliott wave look. And then the low, perfect low, right there, and you retraced, you fell kind of between the 4 and the 2. It's just like perfect. And then you came up, and then you're doing some kind of flat, I guess. Is what that's how I label it. I just don't see a stock that's this kind of market cap, like this kind of dump, unless they go going bankrupt or something. That's what I said. But it was just they guided it lower. This was crazy. There was a lot of software stocks that's been doing this. So software has given some really good investment opportunities if you choose to look. DraftKings, I want to see this play out more. Now it could be almost close to done. So we have to watch it. Yeah, so maybe one more low, and that's all you're going to get out of DraftKings for the wave 2. ServiceNow gave a great buy opportunity on a 3-swing move, and I definitely took that trade. That was an easy no-brainer, and it's essentially been going vertical. Still looking for this 5th wave, but it should just keep pushing higher. This was an easy one, guys, because look, it broke the 21 high and pulled back. Clearly, it impulsed up. I mean, this is just, to me, this is just easy money. The market just gave you a gift to get in on this stock, on this, again, a massive dump. I mean, this will be in the thousands of dollars in the future. This was a great opportunity, guys. Workday is also going to give you another one. You broke this high here. You have a pullback. Now, Workday, you want to see it. I really want to see it at 193. It has not bounced like the others because I think it needs one more low. But if it could reset this cycle, then it truncate it. But this is another good one to keep an eye on. Viva was another potential. Here you had 5 swings, and then you kind of came back down, and there's your 3rd swing, and you went vertical essentially. But now 5 is done, and so we should get a pullback. Like that one. Now this one's a little more riskier because we never broke the 21 high, not even close. So this one could be a broken company, but the risk reward, I'm going to try to play that because if you could get it in at 170, your stop's at 150, but your upside is essentially, a 3-4 bagger. So it's worth a shot to give this one a shot, see what happens. Already gave the GME AMC update. Let's see here. Looking at plug. It's another one I say keep an eye on that. This is going to just trade with the Russell, I think, until, and it looks like it did some kind of, a correction here. But this is the area. Want to see support it. I want to see that support it. Let's go to the 4-hour. Yeah, so it's still pretty good in a 3-way move down. Plug power. As long as we hold 227, it's a good one. A lot of chatter on Sun Power, short squeeze chatter. Now I look at this, I only see a corrective move here. Now off this low, I do see 5 swings. I could see a pullback to 288 and then moon. So typically when I see, again, all these overlapping waves, typically the pullback comes back to like 293, 295, and then it just doomed. Like it just moons. So if this will not, again, it's still corrective and there's no guarantee, but given it's 5, there's a likely that we'll see this kind of squeeze coming on this stock, and then and then and then and then we'll go from there. But again, if we break 262, then I think it's that. So that'll be my stop here. RK hit this 1-2 area and it's building. It should go higher. That's why I like Tesla and some of these others too, because RK, has those stocks in it. And then China, NEO, everyone's like, oh, I want NEO, but NEO's in a buy area still. It could still dip down even here, but I believe what this is just trader battles, and at some point it will reverse out of here. It's just day trader battles. But again, when I look at the chart, to me, it looks like 5 up, 3 back, and now we're trying to come out of it. So that's what I've got on the market. Healthcare. mRNA is pulling back to 127. I'm going to call this wave 4. Again, labeling it a little bit better, something like that. Let's take a look at some of the others. Illumina hit a key bottom for me here. I didn't take the trade, and maybe I should have, but I don't even know what this company does. So, but I did look at this chart, and I was like, yeah, this is probably could be a wave 3 opportunity. So just mention it. I would put your stop at 99.97. Then let's take a look if there's any others. Viking, like to get Viking at 49.48, but you got this gap. More than likely we'll fill that gap. Okay. Then discretionary. Abercrombie looking for 151 now, 144. We had a new connector. Kava looking for 80, 77. Dick's Sporting Goods formed an early connector, so it should go lower. So we have to do a new target on that. Formed the connector too soon. I mean, so it's coming down here. So I'll buy it down at the like 200 and lower, sub 200 would be good to buy Dick's Sporting Goods. Nike's starting to turn. Again, we had to buy here, and finally just had to be patient. I think just like Tesla, you have to be patient. It's finally coming out. I think I had a chart on Gap. Yeah, Gap. Again looking here, 23, 22. Then Staples. Nothing really interests me in the Staples. Okay, so that's just a quick snapshot, guys, of overall of the market. So, and then industrials, like I have a couple I'm watching. I like to get in Cummins here, the engine. We're almost there. And then Caterpillar, almost there, right? I wouldn't say that's almost, but we're getting there. Let's take a look at some of these other industrials. Honeywell looks pretty good. What's going on with Honeywell here? Some kind of B wave. Let's stay away from that. Freeport looks like it's in a wave 4. Looks like wave 4 was a buy on Friday. So it looks like Freeport was a buy on Friday. Now it looks like a 1-2. Symbiotic, want to see that push lower, and I like to buy that later, but not now. BA, guys, look at Boeing. Remember, we had this target for months and months and months. 155, it hit 160. We were off by $5. That too is probably done. So it's probably in a new bull cycle. Again, this is good sign for the stock market, right? Because Boeing's in the Dow Industrial Index, right? It's a big component. So looking for a big pump, but then more than likely, and I hope for the company's sake this doesn't happen, but like I said, a lot of companies, when the wipeout wave comes, rates really spike. I say something really bad's going to happen. That's why the Russell's going to sell off. This is coming for Boeing. And I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see how this price action goes, but that's what I think is eventually happening. Okay, so that is it. So that's my update on the market. It is a correction, a small one. I think we're in here. Gotta go down in 2. We gotta go down and finish 2. The SPY. It could be a 1-2, 1-2. It could be already done and go down in 2. So not enough data on the SPY and triple Qs. Bitcoin clearly 5 ways off the bottom. Should find support on this 2. And then it should finally come out of this mess. All right, that's all I got, guys. Good luck trading next week.